Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpack Trader Training Room for Thursday, May the 18th. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It is not to be considered individual financial advice. Trading of this type carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds that you can afford to do without, funds that you can afford to lose. All right. Crude had a early move, nice strong early move down, but nothing that we could have traded with our start time at 9 o'clock, which was actually right down along there. The YM is flat. Soybeans is in a long trade. That would be a get in sync come market open at 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern. Soybeans is traded out of Chicago, so that would be an 8:30 Central Time exchange time start. Let's see, I didn't bring unleaded back. Let's see where that is. There it is. Okay, long trade. Yeah, same as with crude. Too far on the pre-market trade. That's filtered. That's a crossover filter. That would have been very successful. Long doesn't trigger. Short goes target 1. So target 1 traders get done on that one. Yes, we're in the July contract on crude and unleaded. Unleaded rolled over a day or so ago. I looked at it yesterday yesterday morning, but I forgot to look at it before we traded, and I looked at it after as I was setting up the crude oil inventory report, and it had rolled to July, and the full crude contract rolled to July this morning. So nothing so far on crude. As I say, yeah. Target 1 traders picked up 30 ticks to target and 1 tick on the trailer. Target 2 traders picked up 2 on the trailer. Target 2 traders then take a full stop out on the long. That was a 57 tick risk, 114 loss, so they're down 112. And we're ready for market open. Pound Aussie gave us an entry into, yeah, that long was too early. Then we got an entry to go short at the same place as the long. That did trigger in, didn't quite make money management, and went to a full stop. Market's open, and we have a short on soybeans at 27 flat. And pushing down, YM picked up a long, it looks like. Yeah, that was right at. That's a get in sync, because that pulled back too fast to have entered the trade and just triggered in. A 3-tick adjustment to 16 might be warranted with the 50 there and the spike up to 14. 16 is probably a good place to enter, and now we have a short at 86, and that goes to money management and target. Yep, I believe we get target 23 ticks, so yeah, that would be good. Target 1, it's 364, we got to 363, so yep, that's target 1. If you adjusted, you stayed out up to 16, you stayed out of the long, and so the short is valid as it plotted and just stopped out. 24 tick net on a single trade. Soybeans hitting target 1, so that's going to be a one and done. YM's already one and done. And as that started, we did pick up a short on crude right at market open. Lots of time to get in that. Has hit target 1, so this will be a POQ trade there, and target 2. So we pick up 12 and 19, 31 ticks. Soybeans coming back after target 1 to get 1 tick on this, actually 3 ticks, 3 additional positions. So we pick up 15 on target. That was a sizable trade, plus 3 more for 18. 4.5 points, a couple $100 for a single contract positions. And the Russell, that one I almost bet it's going to be too fast. No, actually, it's a 40-second trade. So lots of time to get in it. And it goes to target 3. Is now trailing. Looking for target 4 at 67.9. Trailing stop at 71.1. So bang bang action. Crude, YM, and soybeans all getting one and done right at market open. Okay, nothing done with the YM already. Good morning, Arizona Bob. And a nice crude trade ends up being a really nice trade. Target 2 traders on unleaded. Still waiting for trade number 3. Looks like the second trade on soybeans would have been the one to get. Hitting all 3 targets and trailing up nicely. There is a new trade on the unleaded chart. 886. And triggering in, coming back down. If you didn't get it going up, I would probably wait coming down for it to test the session low again. Because it did get rejected on the 20 SMA, which could indicate that that's a reaction move. Man, soybeans taking off. Long trade on the Russell. Plenty of time to get in that with looking at this wick. And it pulled back down here on the second bar after the setup. So we are at least at break even. We got a small add for 2 positions at 71.1 on the trailer, a couple of ticks. Pound Aussie taking off like a rocket. And money management. I would definitely have taken that on the after it came back up on unleaded, looking for target 2. This is just for target 2 traders. Target 1 traders are already POQ. 943 for target 2. I get up just above the 50 EMA. And we are at 80. Let's see, yeah, we're starting to trail. We're at 89, 889. Targets 3 and 4 on the Russell long, micro Russell. Crude did complete. The YM is complete, so I'm going to put unleaded up here, so we can take a look at. And we too far to get involved in that early trade on the micro NQ, so we're waiting for a new trade there. Looks like unleaded finding support at the 20 SMA and resistance at the 50 EMA, so we'll have to see which way it breaks. And they are definitely in a squeeze. Alright, looks like the stop came up to 98 or 99, 899. From the entry at 886. So 13 ticks on the trailer so far. Target 2 traders down 112. Stopping out and reversing to short on unleaded at, yeah, the entry and the stop are both at 99. So that would put you into the short. Not a very big trade. Just 27 ticks to target 2. And that actually would have been a good place to adjust, because the 20 was at 96. Yeah. And the trade's too small to adjust 3 ticks or so. So just have to deal with it. It's bigger than it looks, but yeah, it's just 27 ticks to target 2. So yeah, it's still a small trade. And soybeans still trailing the long that it got into after we went POQ. Setting new session highs on soybeans. And the micro Russell stopping out at 73.9. Yep. 2 winners there. Micro NQ still nothing doing there. Actually, let's put this down here, and we can keep an eye on the YM just for reference. YM kind of just sideways. And unleaded with a full stop out on the short and now long from $9.58. Now the question is, where does it go from here? If we go up to target 2, that's a good size trade. 89 ticks to target 2. And what did we lose on that one? 32 tick risks, lost 64. And we gained 1326. So that put us at 98, down 98, loss of 64, puts us down 162. Crude going sideways. Unleaded seems to be an upward drift. It pushed through the 50, but now came down and tested the 20 again. That's a fairly bullish bar coming off of the 20. Note the long tail and went down all the way to the 20, then came back and ended up closing higher, just above the original entry. Still not able to get away from the 50 though. And we have a short. Definitely want to adjust that one around the 20. 20's at 18. The entry was at 19. Yeah, I would bring that down to 17, and we still got triggered in. So we are in that from 17. Oh, let's see. Stop and reverse would add us at 17. Well, we got triggered in anyway we go. Even if you adjust to 14. And moving down now. And crude starting to take a down move, so that's good for our unleaded trade. Russell with another short trade. Oh, man. 54 seconds on the entry bar, or the bar after the setup, so that would be definitely in the trade. And we've hit target 1, so stop coming to break even at 72.7. Entry plus 1 for break even stop. The short is our last trade on unleaded. We're down at least a couple hundred ticks. And there's a down push in unleaded and money management. So at least this won't lose anything. Stop at 16. Let's see, we went from 958 to 917. 41 ticks, 41 tick risk, even with the stop and reverse. So an 82 tick loss, and through target 2. That is a 49 tick target 2. So we were at 244, and there's a stop out. So we're 49 ticks puts us at 195, and then we pick up 17 to 06 for another 11. 184 tick loss today. Not a good day. Russell hit it, getting its third winner already. I noticed early that Micro NQ was really slow today. Here is the session boundary from yesterday afternoon. And it didn't close its first bar in the new session until almost 9 o'clock last night. So literally 3 hours in that first, almost 3 hours in that first bar. And when I brought it up this morning, it was something like about that. Like mid-screen, like very, very few bars. All right, so unleaded is done. Let's put it back where it belongs, so I don't save it out of place. And go back there. Let's take a look back at the 6.2 ring, 6-point brick, 2-point offset Renko bar. That's a 24 tick brick with an 8 tick offset. That looks like a little more active. You get a short, it's a loss. Long, that's a loss. Well, it's going to give you 3 quick losses as we get into some sideways. Yeah, no, 12 ticks still. Better place to be, it looks like. 6 just gets tied up into the noise a little bit too much. Less than 4 minutes to the crude 10 a.m. session. Now 3 minutes to go. Let's pull these down and see where we are now. That's so far a get in sync short. And the Russell stops out on the trailer, 72.1, and just touched the entry there. Let's see how fast that was. Let's duplicate that one. Turn on our snap mode. All right, there was our setup. So we touched it. Actually, we touched it on our setup, looks like. 4. Touched again in the 8-second bar, touched the third time after 8 seconds. So I would say probably in that one. So long on the Russell, trade number 4. MNQ still in its long trade. I think it's gone through target 4 now. Yeah, gone through target 4. And still trailing, so not in that trade, and we are definitely in the Russell trade now. Did not hit the stop. Crude picks up a long trade. Actually, we're getting sync on the long. Need a pullback to get into this crude trade. Money management on the Russell. Now let's see, did we get 14 ticks? Yes, we did. And looks like we came back and stopped out at 28. Or at 2.728. So that is a break-even trade. Calculator's probably going to track, if that continues up, the calculator will track it as a continuing trade, because calculator doesn't move the stop intra-bar, which we do when it comes to break-even like that. And the YM and the micro NQ showing down signals, but yeah, the Russell goes on and is now showing a track trade with the break-even stop, but we did hit the break-even stop intra-bar and should be out of that trade at break-even, even though the calculator will count that as a win, or about to anyway. Almost to target 3. And there's target 3, so not involved in that trade, unfortunately. That actually would be the fourth win, but it was break even intra-bar, so that's where we are. Crude with a pullback to get in, so we're in that crude trade, and there is a stop and reverse short at 94, which we just hit. So one above that, right there. Yeah, right there. So we are short on crude on the stop and reverse. All right, crude short. Micro NQ still in the long. And the calculator still tracking along on the micro Russell, even though we're not in that trade. We stopped out at break even. '08 to 94, 14, 28 tick loss on trade number 1. Our targets are 19 and 30, so 49 ticks in offering. And we can definitely get positive. Actually, no, we made a 4-tick adjustment, so we have 15 and 26. Still 41. You have to wait and see. And the micro Russell stopping out of its long trade. Or the long trade that it was being tracked anyway. We're looking for a new trade there. We're 4 trades into the session. We can take up to 2 more. 1 more win would finish the session. POQ goals are 4 wins or 3 losses with a 6 trade max. And another stop and reverse. These are small losses, so I would take that at 13. But so far we're still in the short on crude. Micro NQ continuing upward. Micro Russell heading upward again, and the YM heading up also. And we do get long on crude. That is a trade I would take, as we've got small stop and reverse losses, not your full losses. So I would be willing to take this trade. And target one, actually no, money management, but not target one yet. Target one at 26, we've gotten to 25. So that was a 19 tick loss, or 19 tick risk, 38 tick loss. So we're down 66. Not going to get positive because this is the last trade. We have 13 and 22 on offering, and there is a target one for 13. We got 35 ticks available. That will cut our loss to 31 if we get to target 2. Got to 32 and target is at 35. Peeking through the 50 to 34 and 35. So there is our 22 tick. 13 and 22, 35 ticks total. And down 31 on the session. And good morning, SHI 170. About done this morning. No trade so far on the micro NQ. 4 minutes after market open for our start time, and was already too far in this long trade. Micro Russell on the Catapult, 3 wins, 1 break even though the calculator tracked it as a win. And he did hit the break even stop intra-bar right there. Crude with a win on the 9 a.m. mini session and a loss on the 10 a.m. mini session. YM 1 and done, soybeans 1 and done, and a losing session on unleaded gas this morning. No trades. No, actually, I take that back. We did have the one short trade on the pound Aussie that was a get in sync and went to a full stop, but nothing since. So Russell and the micro NQ running pretty slowly right now. Are there questions? Nobody seems to be posting questions. So, if there are no questions, one last reminder. We do have a session next Tuesday, but that will be the last session until the session on Tuesday, June the 6th. I will be traveling, so the room will be dark from the 24th through the 5th. I'll return on June the 6th. I will see you on Tuesday, May the 23rd. So we will call it a morning. I'll see everybody next Tuesday. Have a good afternoon, good trading tomorrow, and a wonderful weekend. Thank you, Miles. I'll see you next Tuesday, and that'll be it for next week. And I will not be in at all Memorial Day week. I'll return Tuesday the following week. So we will see everybody again in a couple of weeks. Well, see you Tuesday. Then it'll be 2 weeks from Tuesday before I see you again. Or before I talk to you again, anyway. Everyone have a good weekend. And see you next Tuesday.